as it stands with this episode of Gakkou Gurashi, episode 7 to be precise, it was a sad episode, along with a kind of funny and keeping along with the whole fact that Yuki's still living in a delusion, while providing some subtle and some actually important details that'll be very useful in the future when predicting stuff. Even now, I'm theorizing a bunch of stuff. So this review right here is just gonna mostly be theories about what's gonna happen, either at the very end or something else. So we have the whole group writing letters and all that at the very end, which was really nice because some of them were displaying their thoughts. We have Megu-nee writing to Kei, and that alone was sad because most likely either she'll never run into Kei again in this series, Kei might show up as a survivor, but that's a very, very low possibility, or she'll show up as a zombie, and Megu-nee might be forced to kill her, because this series, I am willing to bet a series like this would be willing to do that. So that's the three theories that could go down with Kei. And it was good to see that Kurumi is on the same page with Megu-nee about how it's not an excuse that even though they're all depressed, they can't keep Yuki in her own delusion because her smile keeps them going. They can't use this as an excuse. They have to eventually break her out of it because it's not fair to her, and it's really not fair to Yuki at all. So it's good to see that Kurumi's on the same page with that. Rii-san still is kind of hesitating on that, and we know Megu-nee would agree that it's probably best to break her out of the delusion, even though it'll probably have some severe repercussions, and Yuki might be a lot more inward and colder and probably a lot more emotionless, because she'll probably still be in denial of the reality that Megu-nee is dead, which is still sad because I like Megu-nee and I like her character. To have her dead is really sad. So there's that. I like how they were on the same page. They are on the same page. So that might cause an issue in the future, or Rii-san might eventually agree to helping break out. And I know a possible means that could either provide, that is the key, it's a little play on words, but to either breaking Yuki out of her memories, or helping aid, or starting the whole events that would get her out of her delusions. That key happens to be the key to what I'm assuming is the locker or room or whatever, wherever Megumi or Megu-nee had placed her final wills or thoughts and all that, because we were shown she's been writing down stuff and all that, and so she must have placed it somewhere in the school. And that key, which was hidden like on top of a very tall bookshelf or something, or a cabinet, when Miki found that, she put it in her pocket. But that, I'm calling it right now, it's the key to either breaking Yuki out of her memories or starting the events that'll break her out of it. And it'll probably be a very emotional thing, because I don't know if they'll do it in this season. They might make a season 2 for School Live. I know a lot of people would love that, because I think there's like 30, almost 40 chapters to this. I don't know how closely it's following the manga. I'm gonna read the manga after I get done with this, but so yeah, it might start or break Yuki fully out of her delusions, because she'll read Megu-nee's thoughts, and I'm betting Megu-nee originally wanted to discover later on. That's why she put the key there. So there's that. And as I'm gonna try and predict on how the series is gonna end. Well, at least this season, if we're gonna get a season 2. I don't see them breaking Yuki fully out of her delusions. There might be more cracks to appear in it, and it might all add up into a giant, it might just shatter the delusions, but I don't see it happening in this one. The one thing we always keep getting reiterated is graduation. It might just be a simple thing, but I'm going to take it to heart and say they're trying to subtly hint that this is going to be a major event, because they're always talking about it. And if you think about it, Megu-nee or none of the teachers can hand them out, and if the school living club is going to graduate, how are they going to get to the diplomas? This might be the very final thing that happens. It might cause a lot of noise and draw zombies. We might get a whole big thing. And I'm just saying we might have a whole graduation incident at the very end of this series. And I'm really loving this series, so I don't care how it ends as long as it ends on a very good note. Remember, sometimes an ending can make or break a series, but this series had already been made pretty well just from that episode 1, and every episode has been really damn nice. And I love how we're continuing to get cracks in Yuki's delusions. Like, in this episode, we had a slip-up of Miki and Kurumi and all of them when they were saying they were driving back from the mall. Kurumi was sitting up front with Rii-san, while Miki and Yuki and Tarumaru were in the back, and Tarumaru was bouncing all over the place. And they forgot that Yuki still sees Megumi and doesn't think that she's dead. So that slip-up caused her to, like, get an instant flashback or a bad dream to where Megu-nee had died and all that, and she was on the other side of the door. So Yuki runs out of the classroom or their club room, and she goes to the door where on the other side Megu-nee had, like, locked it or something, and she died because there's a lot of blood there. And I'm assuming that's where she died. Her ribbon was on the ground. So that's sad enough. And you can almost see that it's really taken, this one took a toll on her, because Yuki starts crying and says, "You're really here, aren't you, Megu-nee?" And Megu-nee says, "Just write a journal, because then it makes your memories tangible. And then even if the person goes away, the memories still remain." So I don't want to say that we'll get help from an illusion, but there is a possibility that illusionary Megu-nee will help out the school living club in her own way, breaking Yuki out of her illusion or delusional state, which would be really cool to see. So yeah, we had a good episode. I liked it a lot. We have more cracks in Yuki's delusions. We have a potential, some subtle hints and all that, with the graduation or Megu-nee's final thoughts key and all that. And then, I want to say, how did Kurumi catch a pigeon that easily and then train it in a short amount of time to be a messenger pigeon? I'm hoping that these letters, when sent out and all that, I'm betting a couple of them told, like, they're at a school or what school they were at, so survivors, if they picked them up, they knew. But I'm hoping this does not backlash on them. It only helps them out, or, yeah. Like, they want to take the 1 in a million chance that there might be a survivor that might pick this up, and that might help them out. Then the final thing I want to talk about is that ending song. The last few seconds of it, you have them sleeping on the ground in one of the classrooms, glass there and all that, and they're all sleeping. So I think Yuki's in the, one of them's on the desk or something and all that, but they're all sleeping. As it stands, like, you have this music and they're all sleeping on the ground, all calm, and then the next frame, there's just white petals. We already knew the windows were broken and all that, but then it goes up to the wall where it's literally, like, becoming destitute. So does that... And they had written something on the board, I believe it was School Live. Maybe... I'm starting to think, like, I want them to actually get together with some more survivors and live, but... What if they die at the school? What if the very end, this is just me theorizing, either they do eventually are forced to, like, run away from the school or something, and they manage to meet up with survivors so they are gone, or since this ending song showed there was a passage of time and all that, they eventually died. This series may very well go that route. I'm hoping we get a season 2. If this series ends on a very, very good note. Hell, I'd probably, even if it didn't, I'd probably still watch it again. So yeah, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more reviews, reactions, vlogs, talks, the usual. Do you agree with my theories? Tell me your thoughts. Do you have any theories so far? Yeah. This is Onyx Nation here, my lovely community, citizens, and civilians. I'll see you guys in the next review. So, have a good day, watch lots of anime, read lots of manga, go check out the links in the description, follow me on Twitter, go to my channel banner and all that, and then go add me on Facebook, yeah, and go check out Gakkou Gurashi episode 7. Bye-bye, guys. Have a good day.